They gonna do it. Hey, look, man, gravitation with the observation. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm not saying I'm wrong, man. Happy Monday to everyone that's out there, man. Salute. You know what I'm saying? Everybody that's getting out there, you feel me? Maneuvering, out here in this world, man, because everything is crazy right now. The stuff that I was just watching on the news, man, that's for another video. But I really want to tap into that topic, but you feel me? We gonna talk about what I plan on to get on here, to shoot the woo out with y'all, man. So, this whole situation with the guy, N3ON, my keys, on the Breakfast Club. If people haven't watched that interview just yet, go ahead and tap into it. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and tap into it. Initially, bro, once again, the streamer N3ON, has done well for himself, just like with Adin Ross, Kai Cenat, and I Show Speed. A lot of them cats that's been doing their thing, right? Why you do that every morning before I even I'm finna be right? My bad. Sorry about that. Anyways, let me get back to what I was saying. So N3ON, right? He went on the Breakfast Club, and initially, I'm gonna be all the way real, because I had covered this situation because I just went off the a vlog site where I just seen what was going on. That's why I said allegedly. I didn't really do deep in. You feel me? I didn't really deep dive into it because I wasn't really sure. Make sure you pick up. And make sure, forget you, bro. But I got you. I didn't really get into it because for the simple fact that I was already doing something else. I was already covering something else. So when I actually really got to check out homie situation, I'm like, okay, I can see what's going on. But initially, when I watched this with my other half, I'm like, damn, why is Jess on the Breakfast Club? Shout out Jess Hilarious. Shout out, you feel me, the lovely Lauren, La Rosa, DJ Envy, and Charlamagne the God. But initially, I'm like, bro, why they grilling this cat? You feel me? Like, why? Because it seemed like, he was handling the conversation very well, in my opinion. Like, bro, I kind of became a fan off this interview. I'm going to be real. Like, I'm like, oh, okay, like, damn, what's up with the harsh words? Especially when Jess was, when he said something about Kai Cenat, his beef, his back and forth, the bantering. And I guess he mentioned Harriet Tubman, and then, Jess Hilarious was like, well, Harriet Tubman is my auntie, however you want to take that. So I'm just like looking like, damn, like, like what's going on? But when they start grilling him, and then you got that cat Adin Ross, which is odd. I don't know how our cultures are getting mixed, but hey, that's the streaming world, and I do believe labels are really getting at them first, because let's just keep it all the way Milwaukee, bro. They got it. As far as promo, bro, they got it. The streamers got it. We can't keep it a secret. We know that they got it. So that's why they talk big, bad, and bold, especially DJ Academics. I do believe everything DJ Academics is saying as far as the labels, when they try to get at him as far as doing promo for certain artists, they know that they're gonna come and tune in, So with him going back and forth with Kai Cenat, allegedly, over something. I don't even know what the situation was. I probably should have did my research on that. But anyways, I noticed when they start gassing him, you feel me, as far as not really gassing him, but checking his temperature, letting him know, like, hey man, now that you're a marketable person, and you're in this world where certain things probably don't fly, because he admitted himself, talking about N3ON, right? He admitted himself that, he admitted it himself that he's a troll, and he got where he at because he was trolling. He don't go outside, you feel me? Or during that time, he wasn't going outside, so he felt like he could say whatever, right? So the Harriet Tubman joke was just like, oh, okay, I'm saying it just to say it, right? But his chat was agreeing with him. also with the, you feel me, like with the racial slurs and all of that, like with the monkeys and all, because I'm like, damn, this chat is like going crazy, right? And you could tell he was getting uncomfortable as the interview was progressing. But Aiden Ross, right? I felt like Aiden Ross kicked this off. That's why I say I don't really rock with Aiden, because he was the one that kicked that off. Oh, bro, they hating on you, bro. They just mad because you get in the bag. They just mad because you get in the bag. Bro, that's not always the case, homie. That's not always the case. And that narrative that's being pushed, I hate to bring up that certain individual, the boy, the six guy, but that's what Ebro was talking about right there. You brought that cancer into our culture, bro. That right there is a killer. See, it's one thing to talk about money, right? Or talk about you getting your ends, because we could use Hove. You feel me? We could use a lot of cats that talk about getting their bread, but they was never a cancer to the culture to the point where, you feel me, you losing your morals and your integrity, and you understanding what this stuff represents and how we don't get down like that. It's a time and place for everything. What I mean by that is, bro, when it's time to talk business, it's time to talk business. When it's time to talk chart, it's time to talk chart. When it's time to holding yourself accountability, you feel me, accountable, as I should say. When it's time to be held accountable, it's time to be held accountable. Don't throw money in my face, because I feel like that right there, bro, is a scapegoat of you not holding yourself accountable. Real talk, bro. Real talk. If you messed up somewhere, whatever is going on, bro, if you messed up somewhere, don't tell me how much money you have in your Chase account. That doesn't negate the fact that you messed up. Whatever you did. So I don't want to hear about how many commas you have. You get what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. My boy Uno. Shout out my boy Tiny Uno. Because I feel it, right? But my boy Uno always say, man, money don't change you, it reveals you, right? Like, he was always this way, you just didn't have the resources to do it, right? And also, I love that quote. And not only that, he had another quote that I also live by too, when they say, hey, you know, more money, more problems. Well, check this out. No money, even more problems. And I think that was dope. You feel me? But also, money doesn't always bring happiness, bro. You feel me? Excuse me. Money can bring happiness, but it doesn't always solve your problems. You would think that, but no, it doesn't. It doesn't always solve your problems. So the fact that you try to always throw that out there, I'm going back to Aiden, right? Try to make it seem like these people the Breakfast Club was gassing N3ON, right? Because of things that he have said and done in the past as far as trolling. And something my other half has said as well, when she said that we get trolling sometimes because we've been doing it trolling didn't just start, bro. People been trolling. You know what I'm saying? It just, now it's a word for it. It's a term. Back then we would call it, you know, sarcasm, or, you feel me, being, you know, sarcastic or whatever, like, you know, we would call it that term. You feel me? Joking, like, you know, but now it's the new word as far as trolling because of the new generation. But people have been doing it, especially like marketing and so on and so forth. But that's just a hide, right? When you want to be disrespectful. They always say, man, in the joke, it's always some truth. How can you? I'm trying to go live with you. Hold on, bro. I'm trying to go live with you. But yes, it's always some truth, you feel me, in a joke. We always say that. So I look at the Breakfast Club comment section, right? And I notice how I'm feeling the same way. I'm not gonna lie, I was feeling the same way, bro. Like, man, you know, you stood your ground. You did what you had to do, right? You feel me? You did what you had to do, man. Like, damn, why they getting at you like that? Like, okay. You feel me? Because it seemed like, you know, they was like shading him, giving him the 3rd degree, cold shoulder. You know, seemed like they wasn't really interested in what was going on, right? And that was the Breakfast Club interview. And everybody was saying that. Everyone. everyone was like kind of on N3ON's side. Not kind of, they were. What's funny is he also filmed that same, like he had the BTS, right? He had that same exact footage, but from his perspective and his lenses and what he was doing. Did an amazing job. And this is why I say he did an amazing job, because it helped me get a perspective of what's going on, and this is why I'm making this video. So with Charlamagne the God and all of them, you know, they doing a back and forth, doing an interview, and him standing in his ground, or he's explaining, not really so much standing in his ground, but just explaining, you feel me, what's going on and how he was back then and how he changed, right? Like, hey man, I changed, you know, that was back then, you know, I was a kid, you know, whoop, this and this and that. Like, okay, you feel me? But it seemed like, you know, Jess wasn't going for it. I gotta give Jess like, nah, I'm standing down, because she know more than me and she probably been tapped in. Charlamagne the God just as well. Lauren LaRosa, I think at the end of that, bro, at the end of them finishing up, I think Lauren LaRosa was the only one that probably gave him a hug, just out of probably awkwardness, if that's the correct term I want to use. But anyways, when you go on his channel and he's showing the same exact interview, somebody in the comment section was like, bro, it's funny how nobody in this comment section is talking about what his chat, his fan base or whatever, is what he said about black people. And I was like, ooh. And then I wish I would have screenshotted it, but and then he said that he or she was pretty much was saying like, okay, yeah, they were doing what they had to do, right? As far as like as far as their job, they was doing what they had to do. As far as Charlamagne and Jess hilarious, but they want to get down to the bottom of it, and at the same time they want to let him know like why it's not cool. Not even so much cool, just be aware of what's going on. Like I say, take accountability, because he kept trying to preach that, hey, I changed. But when he got out of that, when he left, right, when he got out the situation where he was leaving, because he was still filming. My bad, follow me. I probably lost y'all, but get back. Let's will it back. My fault. When he was leaving out the building, and he noticed, he was like, hey man, this towards the N3ON's video. He said, man, they didn't even give me a handshake. They didn't even give me this, and that. Like that, you know, like, damn, that's not cool. Then he sat up there and took a picture real quick, or did a promo in front of the Breakfast Club. Like, nah, bro. Like, how are we supposed to believe that you changed, right? And you still moving like how you moving? Like, even with him drinking, I don't know if it was an energy drink or whatever he was drinking. Like, bro, excuse me. You even said it by a trash can. Like, on the window. I believe it was a trash can. If it wasn't, excuse me. But it's like, bro, why not even throw that in the I felt like you, like, damn, I got shaded. But, bro, look how look what type of energy you bring. I think people don't understand that, bro. The energy that you bring, that's what we looking at. I'm going to be real. The energy that you bring, that's what we looking at. Like, what you allow. Okay, you're allowing this energy. For you to even say Harriet Tubman or whatever you said, like with the black, when you letting it go, just like Aiden Ross with the talking about Doechii, you feel me? And nah, bro, that's who you are. I don't want to hear trolling. Ain't no trolling. Nah. That's not true. No, that's really like how you get down, and you feel it's cool, because that's the thing. Like I said, somewhere along the lines, you feel like it's cool for you to be like that or behave that way. That's what's crazy to me. I don't care how much bread that you get, you feel me? And I do believe, you know, they are making bread. I can't knock them for that. But it's no way, because if we had social media back then, like when I was growing up, like, bro, not to trying to be disrespectful, but I think we would have been a little bit more creative, and I'm standing on that. I'm going to be all the way real, and I expect each generation before me to say the same thing, bro. If we had social media during our times, like how y'all got, I think we would be way more creative. and efficient. No disrespect. That's just my personal opinion. And like I say, once again, I believe others will say that. And they have the right to say that. But, yeah, the whole situation, though, basically what I'm saying is like, man, you know, because I'm giving my honest opinion on this. I didn't understand, like, why they was gassing him like that. Because it's not 1 or 2 times. It's 3 or 4 times that it seemed like you got an issue, you feel me, with people of color. Now, I'm going to be real. I'm going to be all the way real. So, I can understand why Charlamagne the God and Jess, you feel me? And even DJ Envy, you know, not really so much, but was given like kind of like that show, like, okay, let me see, you know, let me see a story. And, like I said, watching the interview, you know, first glance, first sight, like, oh no, I rock with bro, like a fan, and I'm not gonna even lie, I'm still a fan. You know, I don't know, I hope he won't get offended from this video, but I'm keeping it a buck. When I really went down and was like, oh, okay, I could see why they had an issue because of the energy that you bring. Whether it's on purpose or not, or you like, man, I can't control that. I'm gonna say you right, but at the same time, no, yes you can. In a sense you can. You feel me? Even playing like that. That's what it means, like when you can't control that. But they even gave you props. They was like, nah, bro, you most people would have got out the way or would have broke down and buckled down. That's what I'm saying. They even gave you props. But to go out of that interview and to say that, like, oh man, they didn't even shake my hand. Like, did you just see that, bro? Like, they didn't. Let me sit the drink there. They didn't even shake my hand, bro. Like, wow. After he gave you game, though. Charlamagne, before they took the picture, after he gave you game, like, nah, I'm just letting you know, like, hey, when you moving this, you probably want to, you know, well, what? Show me that you changed. But then you just took the picture or did the promo real quick. And come on, bro. That's what I'm saying. But that's that cancer. The streaming world, just like with, I hate to say it, just like with Drake, that's what's being brought over. You feel me? That's what's being brought over in this culture. But I'm gravitating with the observation. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm not saying I'm wrong. Y'all let me know in the comments below. You feel me? On some real lyrical spit. Y'all let me know in the comments below how y'all feel about the Breakfast Club interview with N3ON and the streamer. Salute once again. You know what I'm saying? This is just giving my observation. Y'all go watch the video, you know, and then come back and watch, you know, my content to see at my own point and what I mean, like I said. But tap in. Don't forget, like, comment, and subscribe. Shout out my girl Tip. We finna go up. Grab.